Vitany, and welcome to another episode of The Living Show, Living in Shelby Township. I'm here at the Humane Society of Macomb with my brand new friend, Ken. Ken, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
So Ken's going to tell us a little bit about how the facility goes day to day, and then later on we're going to take a stroll and see some of the animals. So Ken, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit how day-to-day goes here.
Well, thank you for coming in today. We're happy to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the shelter and a day-to-day operation. We're open from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock, Tuesday through Saturday. And we have all types of companion animals here, cats, dogs. We also have some farm animals on premise. We have 2 horses, 3 pigs, and 3 goats, and a chicken.
That's very fun. So, adoption. Now, I know that you have a whole wing over on the other side for adoption. What do people have to do to contact you as far as adoption? Do they have to call and set up an appointment to
Sure.
meet the dog first or the cat?
Actually, there is an online application now that people can go on and fill out, submit, and then they can call us and try to get an appointment. And by that time, we've already gone through their application, made sure they're qualified, etc. Most people are qualified. There may be an exception here and there, and it has to do with the fact that they're looking for a particular animal that might require a backyard fence and they don't have one. And so we tried to lead them into a different type of animal that might be more compatible for them. We also do cat adoptions on the other side. People can actually come in and see the cats. This has been an extensive cat season for us. It usually ends in July. It's October, and we are still seeing litters of kittens and cats coming in.
I was going to ask you, do you get more filled up with cats or dogs at certain times of the year then? Is that how that works?
Yeah, last year in the state of Michigan, TNR programs were kind of put on hold because of COVID. It was trying to find vets that could do the spay neutering. And so what happened as a result of that, the state is overrun with cats and kittens. And we're doing our best now to catch up. Kittens may come in here, they last till they can get spay and neutered, and then they're on their way. And usually it doesn't take long once they get in and they're all fixed and ready to go out. We have a cat event this weekend where we're going to be at Keys in Shelby Township, and they're going to have a actual cat adoption program for us over there. So we look forward to getting rid of a lot of our cats that day because, we need to make room. People are still bringing them. So
I can imagine. So I know that from what I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this facility is by donation. That's how it's funded, correct?
100% on donations, and again, since 1967 we've been here, and we've been here because of the generosity of the community, the surrounding communities. Everybody in Macomb County seems to want to help us stay in business. So it's been phenomenal. And again, we don't get any funding from the state, from the county, from the city, from anywhere else. We're not part of the Michigan Humane Society. We are 100% independent.
Do you guys have any events coming up here though?
As a matter of fact, our biggest event fundraiser of the year is coming up on November the 12th. We are going to be having our dog extravaganza, and it's going to be at Palazzo Grande right here in Shelby Township on 25 Mile and Van Dyke. There's ticket sales are available on our website. And we are we're looking forward to a really, really good time. People will come there. There's entertainment for the night. We have an open bar, a really nice dinner, and exactly. And there's all types of different raffles, and people have really donated some really fine prizes this year.
So wonderful. So if anyone watching is interested in volunteering here, how do they go about doing that?
Again, on our webpage, there's an actual link on there that says get involved, and one of the things that says on there is the volunteer. We have different types of volunteers. We may have student volunteers that want to come in. We have actual regular volunteers that want to come in and walk dogs or do certain things. We have people that come in and just do dishes and do laundry for us. It's all scheduled through a software program on our website, and You know, we also have a lot of people that actually come in for community service. You know, we're trying to help them while they're helping us get some things
what better
done.
way than to be playing with animals all
Right,
day
exactly.
than to get community service, right?
Right, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I know that you have a million things to do. You're a busy guy, but we really appreciate talking to you today.
Thank you very much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Again.
All right.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Here in Shelby Township, we have beautiful trails all through our park system. One thing that was lacking was an interlocal connector. So Lisa Casali, Township Board member, came up with a great plan, great idea, working with Parks and Rec. How can we connect certain parks together, and how can we get residents from the subdivisions safely into our parks?
As an avid biker, I'm just excited for our residents to be able to leave their home, find the sidewalk that's going to connect you to our trails and our beautiful parks. And it's really a great feature to be able to just walk out your door and find a sidewalk that's going to connect you to the Macomb Orchard Trail, Stony Creek Metro Park, Riverbends Park, and eventually the Iron Bell Trail. The Iron Bell Trail was a Michigan DNR bright idea to connect with either a bike trail and hiking trails from Iron Bell, Michigan to Belle Isle, Michigan. And so therefore it's named the Iron Bell Trail, and every county is responsible for their own leg or own stretch of the trail. Shelby Township's portion of the Iron Bell Connector will begin right here at DeQuinder and 24 Mile Road at the Clinton River X crossing and Macomb Orchard Trail connection. So you take the Macomb Orchard Trail and you follow it east up to 24 Mile Road, and on 24 Mile Road then you take 24 Mile Road east to Shelby Road, and then Shelby Road south, and that brings you to Shelby and 22 Mile Road, which is just a quarter mile from Riverbends Park.
This connector goes through so many different subdivisions and houses right out front. Mom and Dad do not have to load their bike up for all the children. Now the family can get on their bikes, go to the end of the street, boom, you're on a nice connector with safe signage to get you into the park system.
So that connector is what Shelby Township is offering to our residents to get you to the Iron Bell Trail. Now, the beauty of that is that not only is it the Iron Bell Connector, but it is a route to connect all of our, well, many thousands of our residents with a sidewalk to the Macomb Orchard Trail, where we are today, to Riverbends Park, which is a gorgeous park which offers mountain biking and regular road biking, and also to our beautiful access to Stony Creek Metro Park.
The Shelby Township Parks and Rec, of course I'm a little biased, but I believe we have the #1 park system in Southeast Michigan. As far as the amount of acreage for a township, we arguably have the most for a township in the state of Michigan, with almost 1,200 acres of park land.
What I'm really excited about for people is this, the Sidewalk Committee has done a great job. We have great volunteers that have connected gaps in our sidewalk on Shelby Road. So we have a lot of bikers from the mountain bike associations and just general cyclists that want to ride from Stony Creek to Riverbends Park, and you can come out of Stony Creek and take Shelby Road all the way down to Riverbends Park, and that's one of my favorite things to do too.
You come to one of our parks and you want to use some trails, you're going to have a lot of different trails to choose from. So come on out to Shelby Township, any of our park system, and I guarantee you, you will love them.
I'd like to invite all of our Shelby Township residents to just do a little research, see how you can catch a trail from your home, and come out and enjoy nature, enjoy the beautiful parks, the paths that we have. I think there's a lot that's to be seen right out your doorway. So come join us for a beautiful experience here in Shelby Township.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The new library on the Shelby Township Municipal grounds is taking shape. The drywall's up, and things are starting to move forward. Let's take a look at some of the new amenities.
Welcome back to your Library in Progress. I'm Katie, I'm your library director, and I can't wait to take you on a little backstage tour of the library. So you may have noticed a lot of changes externally, but there have been a lot of changes internally too. On the outside of the library, you may have noticed that we have poured our parking lot, and we have asphalt in our parking lot now, and we have painted all of our parking spots. We've also laid the concrete for our back patio. We have installed safety bollards around the library, which light up at night, and they're beautiful at night. You may have noticed our flagpole has been put up, and we have in-ground lights that shine up the flagpole and illuminate the flag at night, which is also beautiful. And you'll start to notice a lot of new landscaping. The idea is that we get a lot of landscaping in this year with plants and trees that are hardy over the winter and will be beautiful in bloom in the spring. So we're standing just inside the front door, and the first thing you might notice to my left here is some wood backing, and that wood backing is to stabilize that wall because that is the location of our new art glass donor wall. So you may have seen me on Shelby TV talking about the art glass donor wall, and you may have read about it in the newspaper. It's taking off. There's so much community interest in being part of our library for a long time. So this will be a beautiful art glass wall that is sort of an impressionist take on a picture of Heritage Park. So residents have been really interested in a way to be a part of the library for many years to come. You can buy one of these hand-painted art glass plaques for $250, and then your family name can be on the wall of the library for many years to come. So for the first time inside the library, you may notice that some of our rooms have started to take shape. And that's because our drywall has gone up. So you can really see the height of our ceiling and the size of our rooms, which has been really wonderful as we walk through to really see the library start to take shape.
Not only will there be more space, the children's and teen area will be getting a facelift as well.
When you walk into the new children's section, you're going to notice that it's bigger than our current space. You're also going to see our magic book. That should be one of the first things that you see. And it's going to be about half the size of a normal door that you have in your house, and you open the cover and there's going to be an animation from different types of stories that you'd like. So maybe there's a dinosaur, maybe there's some fish, maybe there's a roller coaster. Every time that you open and close the book, it's a new story. So that should be really fun to see. You're also going to see a 30-foot tall tree in the middle of the children's section, and it's going to look lifelike. It's going to have twinkle lights. It's going to have some animal noises coming from the branches. I believe that there's a bee's nest, and it's going to look very realistic.
Story times at the library will never look the same.
But we're going to have a dedicated story time room with that's going to be colorful. It's going to be easy for us to clean. It's going to be easy for the kids to come in and do the crafts and join us for stories. We're also going to have a dedicated space for the teens to come and do programming.
Teens will now have an area dedicated for themselves with technology all its own.
So the teens will finally have a true dedicated reading area and hangout area separate from the children and the adults. So they will have 4 computers to work on their homework or play games away from the adults, and sometimes they can get a little excited and loud. The table where the kids can work at for their homework or to hang out, there's going to be plugs where they can charge their phones, their laptops, their iPads, whatever they got. And there's also going to be a really cool interactive Everbright wall. So if you've ever played with a light bright, the idea is the same, but there's knobs that you can turn to make different colors to create patterns.
And as we're looking at the new library, there will definitely be an upgrade in new technology.
From what we have today to the new library, we're going to see so many new changes. The most noticeable one, I think, will be our self-service checkout machine. You can handle all of your library transactions at this machine. You scan your card, the RFID tags in the books will just register, you collect your receipt, and you're on your way. We're also going to have a document scanning station, so you can bring in your materials and you can scan them, and this is a little different than the machine that we'll have now, as it's going to be self-service, so you can put down your full book or your materials and scan them and get a nice professional image that you can send online to your cloud accounts or to a USB drive.
With more space, the library will be adding more computers for Shelby Township patrons.
The library is going to have its own computer lab. It's going to have a kind of walled-off section away from all the noise and the hustle and bustle, and we're going to have our 16 computers there. They're all-in-ones. And this computer lab will also have presentation software that is going to allow us to have classes in there. So we will be able to have resume classes and how-to courses in a nice, quiet facility. While these are going on, we're also going to have library laptops, so you can take your laptop, check out a laptop, and use it anywhere in the library. We are going to have an incredibly large TV screen that's going to be multiple TVs linked together. That's going to allow us to have the ability to play movies and have large presentations. This is going to be in kind of our community room. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited for it. It's many like 50-inch TV screens linked together. It's going to be really neat to watch old movies, maybe play some video games on it, have different community events.
Living in Shelby Township, I'm Andrew Shelsky.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Hi, my name is Lizzy Schultz, and I am the Nature Center Coordinator here at Riverbends Park and the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center. So I have been in this field for over 8 years. I've worked at the Saginaw Children's Zoo and the Howell Nature Center, which is where I'm coming from. I was the Director of Community Engagement and Programs at the Howell Nature Center. I did a lot with their wildlife program as well. And in addition to that, I have my undergraduate degree in zoology and my master's in teaching biology. My passion is to connect people, especially children, to nature, to enjoy not only the healing aspects of nature, to learn about it, but also to love and appreciate it so that they want to grow up and to take care of it, as well as having a source in the community to come out and enjoy the splendor that is nature. And so I have a lot of experience designing programs and events and opportunities for people to come volunteer and to get involved with conservation and just working with a lot of wildlife as well. So here at the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center, I oversee operations, so I am making sure the day-to-day programs are going smoothly, myself and my team, but I'm also growing our animal ambassador program, so we do have live animals, and I'm excited to bring my expertise into this and to expand that program, as well as developing the volunteer program as well, making it a great resource for the community to not only just come visit for the day, but to be a part of the Nature Center, to be a part of Shelby Township in a different way, and to give back to their community and to nature. In this role, I hope to grow the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center to, like I said, expand the wildlife programs, to give the community opportunities to learn about animals and about science and nature like never before, to have very enriching volunteer opportunities, and to just develop the programs that are here. So whether it's from story time for our itty bitty friends all the way up to adult programs, just finding new ways to enrich the community through this great resource. I have been all over the world. I've been to Africa a couple times, been to Mexico, learning about community-based conservation, being a part of stewardship programs abroad, studying large animals like whale sharks, elephants, hyenas, and learning more about the communities. And so I'm very big into learning new things and exploring this beautiful world we have.
Humans have been gathering around fires, sharing stories for centuries. It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire.
Oh my gosh, bear!
Wait just a minute. Is that the Smokey Bear?
He scared us.
How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? Precisely. The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, the true test. Feeling if the ashes are cool. It looks like they are. Bravo.
Wait, do you mind if we could just...
Ah yes,
really quick?
the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe. But not so much by Smokey Bear.
Just 1 second, Smokey, wait.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm Pam Flanagan, administrator of the Shelby Township Writers Group. I've been doing this since about 2011. I started about 5 years after it had been a group. And everybody writes something, different genres, different lengths, everything is different. What we do when we start the meeting is everybody shares their day, or their week rather, because it's a weekly meeting. Then they tell me if they have something to read, and then everybody shares a piece. After their share, we critique. And it's a very pleasant way of ripping people's work apart. But it shows them, repetitions and too many thes, and one of the men in there is just a great critiquer. But in the summertime, we have small groups. In the wintertime, we've had up to 12 people. We have people who write novels, big novels, essays, poetry, play on words, memoirs. So it's quite a big genre. One person has written a number of books, but just publishes them to himself and keeps them. So it's been a very interesting group, very diverse, I guess. And we have a man who is living here. He came from Iraq, and he's writing about his life over there. And that's, we've learned a great deal as well. The Shelby Writers Group meets every Thursday at 6:30, once a week. It keeps everybody moving. If we meet less, people kind of stall out. So it's worked out very well for us that way. All you have to do is show up to the library and they send you back. It's really easy. The Shelby Writers Group is a great, diverse group of people looking for other writers. Anyone is welcome. We're a little short on women right now, but that doesn't matter at all. If you're interested in writing, if you don't know you can write, or even if you know you can write, you're welcome, because there's people here whose lives have changed because of the Writers Group.